Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to my speaker blog where you can get tips and tricks on becoming a professional speaker or improving your skills as such. Listen, today's question comes from Deepak Lodia. Deepak asks, he says, what should a speaker have on their website and what should they definitely not have to make sure the promoters look for you? He said he's about to totally change his website, so he thought I'd ask. Okay, so Deepak, a couple of things. First off, nowadays lean and mean is the way to go. So keep it as clean and as simple as possible. Try not to clutter up with some things. So things you do not want on your speaker website. You do not want links to other people's motivational materials. Far too many people that get in this business because they don't have a lot of content. They link up all these things to like Tony Robbins and they mention all these other speakers. So, look at it this way. If you sit there the whole time in your videos and your text and you talk about the people who have inspired you, well then somebody who's checking out your website will automatically then want to think, well, why don't I just go to the guy who inspired them? So keep all that other stuff off and make the site about you because they're actually looking at you to book you. The second thing is you have to have a demo video, and that should be on the front page. There should be a welcome video at the very least, but there should definitely be a video. You want to make sure that they can get to you in less than 2 clicks and see your video. In fact, I'm actually revising mine to put my demo reel right on the front page. Just make it quick, clean, and simple for them. People are busier than ever, so make it quick. A couple of other things. You want to make sure, I'm going to show people your site here. This is your blog. By the way, your website I went to and it was down, so you need to get that fixed right away. But this is something to avoid right here. Your whole About Me has to get changed because you sound like every other speaker starting off in the business. And by the way, don't feel bad, Deepak. Everybody who's watching this video, if I went to their site, I guarantee you I'd see the same kind of stuff. My primary purpose is to encourage people to make the absolute best of their potential to become fulfilled, productive, and profitable. That sounds nice, but it says absolutely nothing. You have to remember that people think in pictures. So in fact, 64% of your brain's function is all about visual acuity and pictures. And when that whole sentence there doesn't create a picture. And if it does create a picture for you, it's different than the picture somebody else would create for them in their life. So now you're selling something at 2 different levels. So change it around and get specific. So far, Deepak, the biggest challenge that I can see is that you don't have anything that unique that you say. You are a generalized motivational speaker. And I know this is going to sound hard. If you stay on that path, you will never massively succeed to the level that you describe in your bio. It just won't happen because the industry's gone. It's completely different nowadays. People are no longer willing to tolerate generic answers for specific problems. They want specific solutions and answers for specific problems. So I would redo everything and find out what are you a specialist in and what are you an expert in. And it's not about human potential because that's bogus, all right? It's about something specific within human potential. Find out what that is and go for it. And then try to speak in pictures. So for example, when this says prime purpose is to encourage people to be their absolute best, of their potential, what the hell does that mean, right? So I would say something instead. I would say something like this. I would say, my primary purpose is. I'm going to take some huge liberties here and just give you a niche, okay? My primary purpose is to encourage executives with multinational conglomerates to live a stress-free life whereby they can show up for work, communicate openly and effectively with their staff, to such a degree that there's no miscommunication, and be so effective with timetables, statistics, and accountability records that they can leave every day at 5 p.m. knowing that they've helped their corporation to increase its profits every single day. And we do all of this letting them live a stress-free life where when they come home, they leave the office behind and they can be present and focused with the ones they love. Okay, so there you go. Your expertise now is executives of multinational conglomerates who need leadership issues. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Like that description that I just gave there made a picture, and you want to create a picture. These don't create pictures, and if they do create pictures, they may not be the same pictures that somebody else would be creating inside their brain. So I would say the first thing you have to have is you have to have a specific solution to a specific problem. You need to have a demo video, and a high quality one, by the way. You can't nowadays you can't get away with just like a camcorder in the back set up. You got to pay somebody to do it the right way. And I think you should also probably have your blog on your front page, and that goes more into some SEO aspects of things. But you're not building a rocket here. It's not rocket science, but you've got to be effective. And the two things would be a specific solution and a video. And by the way, if you go back and you watch my speaker blog, you're going to see I keep saying this over and over to people, but nobody's listening. Okay? So I'm just going to give you the same answer. All right, Deepak, I appreciate your question. Good luck with you. I like you, my friend. Also, just to let you know, for the details of all this stuff, I have all this in my membership site, by the way, at bulletproofspeaking.com. You should really consider joining that, Deepak. You and I have been in touch for years, and I know that you're serious about this. This isn't a hobby for you, so don't treat it like a hobby. Treat it like a profession. Do some research and development, and the best R&D you could do for your business, bulletproofspeaking.com. So check that out, and everybody else should as well. Incidentally, if you're watching this on anything other than my speaker blog at tophermorrison.com, that's great. We're glad to have you here, but you're missing out on a lot of great content. So make sure you go over to tophermorrison.com. Check out the speaker blog. You're going to get a lot of great tips there as well. And I've also got a Facebook page dedicated exclusively to professional speakers, and this is why Deepak's question got answered right away, because he sent me an email in that Facebook page. That's facebook.com/professional speaking. Go over there, type in a question. You'll bump you to the front of the queue, and I'll answer your question as fast as I possibly can. All right? Until next time, take care, dare to dream, make each day an epic adventure. Bye for now. I got to go get on a plane. Bye.